Good morning, everybody. My name is Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. Feeling so much better today. So much better. It's been a rough haul for this last week, but I'm definitely on the mend now. So today, it's kind of a strange subject. I want to talk about adaptive tableware. I've been having a little bit of problems lately, and I'm going to have to make some changes, when I'm eating and stuff. So therefore, I've been looking into what are some of the alternatives. Basically, the tableware that they have for babies is similar to what I would need as an adult. Now, what I'm going to do first, before I do that, my tableware right now is glass, and I've got all my Pioneer Woman stuff and whatnot, and I tend to drop things, and when I'm doing the dishes, they clatter together and whatnot. So the first change I'm going to make is, in the spring, our dollar stores have very pretty dishes, and I'm just going to buy some Melmac or plastic, not cheap plastics, but the nice Melmac ones. And I'm going to buy some nice bowls and plates and whatnot in order to, if they fall, they're not going to break. Now, right now, I don't tend to use a plate. Which is one of the reasons that I would never go to a restaurant anymore, because I have a hard time with eating. So therefore, I would never want to be in a public place where I was trying to operate knives and forks and whatnot. But I don't use a plate. I have a bowl that's sort of flat and has a small side on it, and that's what I use. So that's the type of thing that makes it easier to scoop up. I have a very hard time using a knife and fork in my two hands. I used to always have my fork in my left, my knife in my right, and then you would just eat this way. I have a hard time with that. I tend to cut my meat when I'm over at the serving side, and then just bring it to eat at the table, and often with a spoon. I also tend to throw my bowl around, and that's why I need plasticware. I don't mean to do that, but I can't control what my hands are doing. I have trouble holding on to my cutlery. I have everything's tied to a string, as you know. So there may come a time when I have to do something like that with cutlery. So far, I have not had to do that. I got a couple of things to show. I use this, I suppose it's a mug or something, but anyway, I use this for if I have casserole or something like that. I can put this in here so I can hold onto it with one hand and have the spoon for the other. I also have, when I have my porridge, this is a plastic one like this that has a lid that goes over it, so I can put it in the fridge. If I make too much porridge, I can put that in the fridge for waiting. Oh, Bill brought me the bowl. So this is the type of bowl that I would eat out of. You can see it's like this. Now, there is bowls that, for adaptive wear, they are tipped like this, and there's a very big suction cup on this, but it doesn't suction flat to your table. It suctions like this, so that when you're eating, your spoon has somehow to come up, but it also has another lip right on this edge here, so that you can come like this and bring your spoon up, and it puts the food back on the spoon. It doesn't allow it to fall out. So at some point, I will probably need to do that. But at this point, I don't have to have that. This is also one of my mugs that I use. It's a very big mug, but you can see the top of it is slightly smaller than the bottom of it. So that helps it doesn't slosh as much when it's like that. It's similar to like a mug you would use on a boat. But anyway, it's very big, and when I make my coffee, I put this much in. This much in, so I have lots of room at the top so that I don't spill it. If I have a full cup, I won't be able to lift it without spilling it. So those are a few of the things that I currently am doing. Excuse me. I'm going to get this plastic stuff in the spring, and then if I need it, I'll get others. There is spoons that are gimbaled, so that when you're eating soup, you can hold it on there and you're not spilling all of the soup all the way down. I tend to have to put it in a mug and hold it very close, and I sort of drink and then eat the noodles or whatever. It's different from what I used to do. And because I also have a bit of a choking problem at times, I have to be very careful when I'm eating now. So those are some of the things, but I'm certainly glad that they have this adaptive tableware available to people who have needs like mine. I wear a bib. Now, I understand there's fancy bibs. One of these days I'm going to buy myself a fancy bib. But as it is, I just use the standard old terry.
Hospital.
Yeah, like the hospital type terry cloth ones. We ordered these online. And I think we got 4 in the package, did we? Something like that. But anyway, so that'll do us for heaven knows how long. And hopefully, I don't ever need more of them. Anyway, I also have a story to tell. Now, it's not really my story. It's a story that happened when I was with my first husband. He also had a daughter, and she was only 5 years younger than I was. She's a lovely lady. I'm still in contact with her. She's a lovely lady. Hi, Dawn. Anyway, she had just got her driver's license, and she was going to take our car and go to work. She worked at McDonald's, and she was going to go to work. And she got off at midnight. So we were waiting for her to come home. And she was a little bit late. And we thought, well, maybe they had to work a little bit longer. And then she was quite a bit late. And then we got a phone call. And she said, Dad, the wheel fell off. And he said, what do you mean the wheel fell off? She said, I was driving down the road. And all of a sudden the wheel just fell off. And I thought, oh my God, she was lucky she wasn't killed or something. That's terrible. Anyway, he quite calmly, remarkably quite calmly at that point, said, okay, well, where are you? And we'll come and get you. So anyway, we went to go and get her. Now, when I say remarkably he was calm, he pardon my language, but he was an a-hole. And he was never calm. Like, that was not something that was in his vernacular. Anyway, while she went to the wheel had fallen off the car, but the car was fine. She went to make the phone call to us to tell us this had happened, and while she was making the phone call, another vehicle came down the road and hit the car and smashed it to smithereens. We were driving down to pick her up, and I will never forget. He looked at the car as we were driving by, and I thought, that can't be our car. And then I see Dawn at the side of the road, and I looked at the car, and then I looked at Michael, and I said, good heavens. And he goes, I know why the tire fell off. It was like she was beside herself. And I said, you couldn't do anything about it. All you did was go and make a phone call, right? But it was, we'd laughed many, many times after that about, I know why the wheel fell off. But anyway, so that wasn't really my story, but it happened with someone that I was with. Anyway, that's it for today, and we'll see you all tomorrow.